Hello, my friends. How are you? Are you doing well? My friends, it's a rainy day here in my city here in São Paulo, Brazil, right? My municipality where I live is Diadema, for those who don't know. And man, I want to take this opportunity to chat with you. I want to share a bit of my experience here in Brazil with you to see, my friends, if what happens here in Brazil definitely happens there too, but I don't know if in the same way. But maybe in the United States, it happens in a different way. I'm going to tell you about it here. Yeah, I worked at a locksmith, as you know. Those who follow my videos here on YouTube know that I've mentioned working at a locksmith for 18 years. I was going to say 18 months, 18 years. And at that locksmith, we ended up meeting some girls, you know. Before, I used to work out. Well, I still go to the gym, but not like before, my friends. Back in the day, I was strong. I used to take some poisons, you know. I took some poisons back then, and I was strong. But at that time, I did it out of vanity, right? And sometimes it caught the attention of the girls where I worked. Where I worked, here's the thing, I worked at a locksmith. But this locksmith was inside a big wholesale store, a wholesaler. And there, every now and then, some girls would show up interested because, you know, man, as we get older, our appearance changes, right? But I believe it hasn't changed that much. I was getting to know a girl, really pretty, really hot, man, you know, really hot. So, like, just watch what happened. This girl there, besides making keys, we also did sharpening. Like, we sharpened knives, scissors, cuticle nippers, right? And she worked as a manicurist. She would bring the nippers for us to sharpen. And we did that sharpening. And then she started dropping hints, saying things like, wow, you're so handsome, you're strong. Give me your WhatsApp, and so on. And with that, she started flirting with me, right? I went, gave her my WhatsApp. We started talking. And man, it was sweet talk here, sweet talk there. Something that I don't do today, my brothers, I don't do. So just watch. We arranged to go to the movies. And we arranged it. I went, and the girl disappeared. She disappeared. She was gone she was missing for 4 years. 4 years missing. Then, my friends, I was like, man, the girl disappeared. She doesn't reply on WhatsApp anymore. She doesn't come to bring flyers anymore. No, the girl disappeared. She was missing for 4 years, right? I worked there for 18 years. Then, my friends, look at this crazy thing. Out of nowhere, after 4 years, she shows up there with the same exact story. I traveled. I was away for a while. I went to Bahia. Then I said, that's fine, but why did you never reply to me? You left me hanging that day. You didn't go to the movies. And I went, looking like a fool waiting there. And I don't even remember, man. I got some excuse that I don't even remember what it was. I don't know if there was some issue with her phone, something like that. And she said, yeah, should we try again? I said, let's. She was a very beautiful brunette, a very pretty girl. And then I said, shall we? But I'm going to bring my daughter. And I said, what? No, I'm going to bring my daughter. No, hold on. You disappeared for 4 years. And then you show up saying you have a daughter. I said, no, you're kidding me, right? It's not anything against your daughter, but like raising someone else's child is to me foolish, right? Nothing against those who date women who have children, okay? But I think like this, I don't want to take responsibility for a child that's not mine, right? I told her, man, you disappear. Don't give any explanation. Leave me hanging. Don't show up. And now when you do, you show up with a child? Are you messing with some fool? Oh, you don't need... No, it has nothing to do with your daughter. The problem is you disappeared all this time and now you show up with a daughter? No, you're joking with me. Nothing against your daughter, but it's against you. Then she said, oh, then I'm going to disappear and never come back. And that's what happened. She disappeared and really never showed up again. During the time I worked there, I never saw her again. And like, she was trying to find a sucker to support her child. I saw, I said, damn, man, the girl disappears. It was all lovey-dovey. Or there was some, or then the following might have happened. During the time I was getting to know her, it just came to my mind now, she was already pregnant and she could have been trying to trap me with a pregnancy. Could it be? I wasn't going to risk it, right? Who knows? For you to see how the world is, my friends, I will record in the next video a story about how someone tried to trap me with a pregnancy. It's someone I know, okay, folks? Someone I know. They think we have this look of a fool, right? This look of a simpleton here. They think we're really dumb, right? But the quiet ones are the most dangerous. And that's it, my friends. I avoided a tremendous headache. I thank God for that, right? Because man, imagine if I had fallen for those ideas and if she had been pregnant, like if we had gone to the movies and something more had happened, right? What could have happened, right? And really, after that day, she disappeared. So her intentions weren't good with me, because if it were a good intention, she would have insisted, but no, she cut it off. So she thought like this: well, this one didn't work out. I'll try to find another fool. And she must have succeeded, because she was very beautiful, my friends. She was very beautiful, right? It's like the girls here in Brazil. I don't know how it is over there, man. To find a cool girl here in Brazil, my brothers, it's very difficult, very difficult. Today here, the guys aren't having kids. Who is, man? Because here's the thing. The law is benefiting many women. I'll give you an example here. If a woman marries you, you already have a house, but the car, you're already more well established, right? And let's suppose you get married to her. Then in the separation, you have to divide all your assets. Can you imagine someone who never gave you a cent taking half of what's yours, right? There's even a loophole in the law that today you have that separation of assets. Yeah, but I forgot the name. I'll look it up later. It's separation of assets. So when the person marries you, they know that what's yours is yours and what's theirs is theirs. So no one will take what's yours and you won't take what's theirs. And to me, that's the right thing, right? Well, my friends, so the video doesn't get too long. I have to translate it. So to keep it from getting too long, it will stay like this, okay? If you want to hear more stories like this, put it in the comments. Feel free to ask whatever you want, my friends. It's good for me to interact with you and create content. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. See you next time. I'm out.